Hey guys, Jason DeLong here with Heartland Homes KC. Hope you guys are doing great. Got a little sunshine today, so figured I would touch base with Drew. It's been a few weeks and talk about the local real estate market.
Hey there, Jason. As always, pleasure to be on with you. And yeah, let's dive right into what's going on in the Kansas City market today. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Perfect. So, first, I know that the real estate market's starting to pick up with some restrictions being lifted and things like that. So, my first question is kind of what restrictions are starting to get lifted in regards to real estate specifically?
Yeah, I think it's with real estate and the city as well. I mean, just businesses are starting to open up and people are starting to figure out if they're coming back to a job that they once had. So things like that. But then real estate specifically, our local board, has kind of been keeping us abreast on everything, and now we can do open houses again. They're trying to push. There's a live stream, so like an online open house, and then if people want to filter, and they can, but try to like start there. But you can do a traditional open house, which we haven't been able to do for the last 2.5 months. And then just on showings in general, they're allowing full showings. They're just asking not to overlap, so not have two buyers in the house at the same time. So, which can be tough with the way the market's pretty hot right now. So,
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely seems to be moving that way. So, let's more so dive into majority of those restrictions you mentioned are in regards to obviously showings and trying to keep that social distancing still prevalent and everything. So, how is this going to affect buyers or not buyers, sellers, and a seller mentality? As we continue to move forward here into deeper and deeper into the summer market.
yeah. Sellers, in my opinion, I think it's just your personal comfort and your risk tolerance. Some people are. I mean, just because the city and the restaurants are opening back up, the stores opening back up, doesn't mean that everyone's comfortable going out. So it's the same thing with this. I mean, if you want to look at selling your house, are you comfortable with people walking through? And most agents are hopefully wiping things down, anything that's touched, like doorknobs, light switches, and stuff like that. But sellers might want to come home after a day of showings and wipe their own stuff down. Just depends on their comfort level. That's kind of how I see it, and that's how I talk to most of our potential sellers that are looking to go on the market. And some have wanted to still kind of wait it out a little bit. Others are, hey, let's go, let's get it out. Buyers are obviously out there; they know that. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all about, I think, regardless of anything you're doing right now, it's all about kind of what's your comfortable risk tolerance with everything of
Right.
being around other people. So, no, I concur completely. So, just to touch on buyers with kind of that same question, what are you seeing most typically as far as their comfortability? You said there's plenty of them out there, but anything to note as far as buyers and being on the buying side of a transaction right now in the market?
Yeah. So some of the lending guidelines, those are the first things that kind of get restricted. Along with like just the showings in general. But some of those they're still the same, but I think they're going to hopefully start lifting here a little bit. They're restricting, like Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae had some restrictions, like where they weren't like backing as many mortgages. So then that made the lenders and the banks kind of restrict their guidelines as far as like income and credit scores. So hopefully those will start easing up a little bit now that we're starting to come out of this. But buyers, I mean, it is absolutely bonkers out there right now as far as the number of showings. Like a good, it's just low inventory. So you get a listing that comes on and it just get bombarded with showings, and most of them are going overpriced, multiple offers. I talked to an an agent yesterday had like 17 offers. The bank had to sift through them, and it's just it's not good for really anybody. Agents don't like it. So anyway, but I think hopefully that we'll have more listings coming on that will start easing up as well, because it's just not unless you have to buy right now. It's one of those that you might want to kind of wait it out, a few weeks or a month just to see what happens.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, with low inventory, that's always a something, and even more so as I'm sure inventory is continuing to dwindle just a little bit, just because of the uncertainty of, well, do I really want again that risk comfortability that we've talked about already? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. So, but in regards to lending, obviously interest rates are still extremely low. Um, and then with the any other kind of lending guidelines that people should be aware of, Jason?
No, I would just say, even if you got pre-approved 3, 4 months ago, kind of before this whole thing, hit, and you're ready to get out and start looking again, touch base with the lender and just kind of get, reapproved or confirmed that, you're still good to go. And then people that, hadn't gotten that far yet, just really, I would start that process a little bit earlier than, you even thought about, just to make sure, like, if things have changed and it affected, your plan, that you can kind of, expedite that and get moving forward, quicker than, not. So it's my advice.
Yeah, again, with definitely with the low inventory and how quickly it's moving, you gotta make sure you have that, so that way you can jump on the house that you want. Absolutely. So,
Yeah, and the only other thing I'll quickly add to that, just being on both sides, seeing the offers come in from buyers, and with Megan and Jana showing too, I hear bits and pieces from them, and just the offers that are winning are the large, down payment ones, like people putting 20 or 25% down because they know it's a little bit more solid. So anything you can do to, you know, beef up your solidarity on the financing. There's a lot of cash out there right now, and I think people helping buyers, buy with cash. So anything you can strengthen your offer is better. So
yeah, absolutely. Definitely. Again, it all comes down to what you can do as far as the offer and making sure that obviously you can try and eliminate some contingencies possibly,
right.
get
Yep.
sweet
Yep.
in the pot. But other than that, Jason, just kind of again, anything additional you want to add to what you're seeing as far as the market goes, that we should take note of as we continue to again move into this summer market and things are starting to heat back up?
Yeah. So one thing I think that this whole last 10 weeks has really done is probably just pushed our market. So I really just, and just the way Kansas City is right now, with so much growth and new businesses coming in. Hopefully that all kind of stays intact. I mean, the new airport going in. I mean, the prices aren't. We're not in a bubble. Prices aren't going down. They're only going to go up. And I mean, that goes for new construction, resale. Um, but I just think, everyone wants to hit that summer market in between school year. Well, no one knows what the school year is going to be. I mean, if we're going back to school. So I really think, I mean, it's so hot right now that, I mean, it's going to probably continue into, December. People are going to take a break for Thanksgiving and Christmas and get right back on the horse. So that goes for sellers and buyers. I mean, so if you're thinking of selling and it's not time, don't feel like you're going to miss the summer market, because it's probably going to extend, through the rest of the year, if not further.
Yeah, I know that's typically why the summer market's so hot is because you want to get moved obviously before kids go back to school and everything else of that sort. So yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of continue to monitor it, and obviously we'll continue to turn to you, Jason, for your expert advice as we approach that time. But
Yeah.
other than that, that wraps up my questions for you today, Jason. I appreciate the time and I appreciate being on as always.
Yeah, man. Me too. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We'll see you, Jason.
Thanks, Drew.